we always try to end things on a bit of a lighter note. So we're going to call you all racists if you have front lawns. That's our version of a lighter note here on Fake News Friday, because also the Toronto Star, interestingly enough, they're on the greatest hits list this week, has a column, "Lawns are an outdated cultural norm. Let's lose them before we lose the pollinators." And they say that being a lawn owner used to be a symbol of being rich enough to hold land and not need to farm on it, but this is just an outdated cultural norm. It's classist. It's supposed to differentiate the aristocrats from the farmers, and now it's just a sign of societal excess. But this is actually part of a long-standing grievance that people have, that we can go back to a Globe and Mail piece a couple of years ago about the need to decolonize the lawn. We need to decolonize the lawn, because a lawn is you saying that you're vanquishing nature, which is a part, according to one history professor, of settler culture. So if you have a lawn, you are disenfranchising Indigenous people and you are a classist aristocrat. I think I've gotten it right.
I think you do, and I'm reading this quote from the Globe and Mail piece from 2020, and it's at the back end of a longer quote from a Canadian history professor. And he says, when he's talking about backyards this time, not front lawns, he says, "A backyard with a big lawn is like a classroom for colonialism and environmental hostility." So I guess they're really upset about nice lawns. And this funny thing is, from the Toronto Star, when they talk about the time, the lawn is an outdated cultural norm, we should just, I guess, bulldoze the lawns and pave them over. And they say, of course, that the reason the lawn is a problem is because of biodiversity and climate crises. So those competing biodiversity and climate crises. What better way, Andrew, to solve those climate crises than to just pave over your lawns?
Yeah, we got to do the Joni Mitchell song, "Pave Paradise and put up a parking lot." So everyone needs a concrete front yard. Now, in fairness, there are people that have turned their lawns, I forget the term, I think it's like living lawns or something, or they do like front lawn gardens. And if you're going to tend to them, that's very nice. But I assure you, if I were to turn my front lawn into a garden of some kind, because I can barely grow grass. So I'm not I'm not colonizing anyone, because I can't, grow anything but weeds there. Not weeds. And this is the thing that I find hilarious, that we all need to just let the bees take over, apparently. And this Planet of the Apes is going to be Planet of the Bees, because that's the only way to outdate the outdated norm, make it outdated, whatever the case is. Who knows?
Well, yeah, and if you did that, Andrew, you'd be following the Toronto Star's guideline. You'd be following their manual. In it, they say to maintain natural debris, including dead stems and dry leaves. What may seem messy to some people is habitat to wildlife. So, if you have a lawn, just let it go, let it kind of be an awful mess. Let weeds grow in it, and leave a bunch of I don't know, dead branches and dead stems in it. This is
great, Harrison. When my wife asked me to rake the leaves in the fall, I'll just say, I'm decolonizing. I can't rake the leaves. They've got to stay.
They've got to stay there, and I'm just listening to the Toronto Star.
Yeah, well, I won't use that because I don't think that's authoritative. But I'll appeal to our greater goals as a society to move beyond colonization. Last year, the issue was we couldn't fly the Canadian flag. This year, you can't grow your grass. So do whatever works for you there.